So on day one, we explored the power of compassion. On day two, we're going to build upon that and get you to phase two, which is gratitude. So today, the meditation is going to start the same as yesterday. You're going to start with phase one, compassion. Remember, it's going to take maybe 60 seconds to 2 minutes to do the compassion bit. But then you're going to add on the gratitude bit, which I'm about to train you on right now. So gratitude is one of the most interesting ideas that modern science is studying heavily at this moment. And scientists have found that there's no other characteristic of being human that leads to as many overwhelming benefits to well-being as gratitude. The research behind this is really mind-blowing. Numerous studies have shown that when you can create feelings of gratitude, interesting things happen to your mind and your body. For example, energy levels go up. You develop higher emotional intelligence. You have more forgiving attitudes towards other people. Depression rates go down. You experience less anxiousness in life. You experience more feelings of being socially connected to other human beings around you. You sleep better, and you have fewer headaches. And that's just a few of these studies, but let's look at the reason for why gratitude seems to be creating all of these benefits. And here's where it gets a little bit weirder. See, if you think about the way society has trained us to understand happiness, especially modern Western society, we've created this situation where we attach our happiness often to goals that we are meant to attain in the future. That car that we want to buy, that next promotion, that person whom we want to marry. We attach our happiness to these goals which are going to happen in the future. Now, the entrepreneurial coach, Dan Sullivan, talks about an idea called the gap. And he says that there is this situation that we experience in life where there's a gap between where we are now and where we intend to be. And most people say, I'm going to be happy when I cross that gap. I'm going to be happy when I make that vacation to Spain. I'm going to be happy when I marry her. I'm going to be happy when I can afford that red car. But here's the problem, right? Human beings are goal-driven machines. And so as you move towards these goals, here's what happens. Just like the horizon, the goals keep extending away from you. We never hit those goals. We keep chasing this gap that continuously moves ahead of us. You can't catch the horizon. You can't bridge that gap. Never. And this creates a feeling of postponing your happiness indefinitely. Now, Dan Sullivan says, well, forget about this gap. Instead, look at this gap. Train yourself to not just pay attention to where you're going to go, but to appreciate how far you've come. Think about your reverse gap. Who were you as a man or woman a year ago? What have you learned? Who were you 2 years ago? How much has your business grown or your career taken off? Who were you 10 years ago? What have you learned about life and wisdom and love? Pay attention to that reverse gap. And now, when you're thinking about that reverse gap, that is gratitude. Gratitude is simply reflecting on what has happened in the past, the last 24 hours, the last week, the last month, the last decade, and expressing appreciation for how much it has benefited you. Now, a lot of people think gratitude simply means celebrating the amazing, epic things that happen in your life. No. You see, celebrating completing a marathon or celebrating having an incredible breakfast with a close friend can create the same levels of gratitude. It's not the size of the goal that matters, it's your appreciation for that goal. You can train yourself to experience gratitudes and elevated feelings of joy because a coworker brought you an incredible cup of coffee as a treat that morning. So the gratitude exercise works like this, and there are 3 different levels of gratitude. Level 1 is the easiest level. You're simply going to think about 5 things that you're grateful for in your personal life. Now, this is easy. You can be grateful that you have great kids. You can be grateful that last night you and your spouse cuddled up on the sofa and watched Stranger Things on Netflix. You can be grateful that Game of Thrones is coming back on HBO. You can be grateful for that Mindvalley program you enrolled in. You can be grateful that a coworker left a beautiful note of appreciation on your desk. Easy, right? Now, that entire process of gratitude, when you're doing it in the 6th phase, level 1, being grateful for things in your personal life, well, that could take a minute. Literally, it's less than 10 seconds per item. You remember what happened and you bring back that feeling of joy. Try to not speed through it like a checklist, but to linger on it for 5 or 10 seconds per item. But now, you want to get to gratitude level 2. This is a little bit trickier, but still doable. Gratitude level 2 is where you can be grateful for things that are happening in your career, in your work. Work isn't always easy. Maybe you had a tight deadline, but hey, you made it. Express gratitude. Maybe you have a harsh boss, but hey, you're earning a decent wage when so many other people out there are seeking a job. You can express gratitude for that. Maybe you've been working long hours, but you completed a project and you're so proud of it. You can express gratitude for that. Now, if you have a phenomenal job, you can also express gratitude for the incredible things happening every single day in your work or career. But here in the 6th phase, you're going to think about 5 things at work, 5 things in your professional life, a new idea you're getting out to the world, a project that you're on, a task that you were assigned to, that you did well. And you're going to express gratitude for these things, as well as the people you work with. Now, when you do that, and this takes another 1 minute, you move to level 3 gratitude. Here, it's a little bit tougher for many people, because many of us are not used to this, right? But in level 3 gratitude, you're going to express gratitude for 5 things about yourself. And here's where it gets tricky, because society has told us that we can't be grateful for ourselves. We can't love ourselves too much. That makes us a narcissist. That makes us a selfish person. Not true. So many of us have little holes in our self-esteem. Often, we try to fill these holes through appreciation or love or acknowledgement from others. But what I found is that when we train people to actually express gratitude for themselves, remarkable things happen. They become more solid in their being. They feel better about themselves, and thus they are better able to go out there and make other people feel good. So, what is it that you truly loved about yourself recently? Is it the way your hair stays looking great, even when you've been soaked in the rain? Is it your incredible sense of dress? Is it the fact that you never forget someone's birthday? Is it the fact that you never miss a workout? Or that you understand philosophical books that many other people just don't get? Think about 5 things about yourself that you're really proud of, that you're excited about, and express gratitude for these 5 things. So in the 6th phase exercise on this day, you're really going through a stream of gratitude. 5 things for your personal life, 5 things for your work and career, 5 things for yourself. Now, each will take 5 to 10 seconds. So this entire segment can be done in anywhere from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. But of course, don't rush it. Linger on each item for 5 or 10 seconds. Let that feeling of joy or gratitude come to you. But remember to do level 1, level 2, and level 3. Most people, when they're doing gratitude exercises, they never get to gratitude for themselves. And in the first few years when I was teaching the 6th phase, I never even had level 3 gratitude in here. But when I started adding level 3 gratitude, people really reported that their sense of identity, their sense of self-worth was getting phenomenally better. And they said that as a result, they were doing better at work because they no longer craved attention from their supervisor. They were doing better in their marriage because they no longer felt needy with their spouse. Because in many situations, because we aren't expressing self-compassion and gratitude for ourselves, we try to demand it from others. So level 1, level 2, level 3. This is what we're going to be doing in today's exercise. So whenever you're ready, play the audio track for today. We're going to start with phase 1, which is compassion, and then I'm going to guide you through phase 2, which is gratitude.